Hey there. Welcome back to Kingdom on Wall Street. I'm your host, Starkey Robertson, and this is where we talk about faith, business, stewardship, and what it really looks like to build what God has placed in your hands. If you're a Christian entrepreneur, business owner, or you're simply trying to become more disciplined and intentional with your kingdom assignment, you're in the right place. Before we get into today's conversation, take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. We're bringing you valuable new content throughout the week as we build an ongoing conversation around kingdom business, entrepreneurship, stewardship, and purpose. Subscribing to this channel is by far the easiest way to stay connected. And grab a pen and paper for this one because sometimes your business is growing stronger long before it looks bigger. That's important. We tend to recognize growth when we can see obvious evidence: more money, more customers, more employees, a bigger building, more followers, more locations. Those things are easy to measure. But some of the most important growth in a business happens underneath the surface. The business becomes more disciplined, more trusted, more efficient, more connected, more capable. And those changes may be preparing you to carry opportunities that would have overwhelmed an earlier version of your company. So today, instead of talking about what's wrong with your business, let's identify 5 signs that your business may actually be getting stronger. Let's get into it. Number 1, you're getting better at serving the customers you already have. This is a big one. When entrepreneurs think about growth, we usually think about getting more customers. But sometimes one of the clearest signs of growth is becoming better at serving the customers who are already there. Maybe your response time has improved. Maybe customers aren't asking the same questions because your communication is clearer. Maybe orders are being fulfilled faster. Maybe complaints are decreasing. Maybe customers are returning. Maybe referrals are beginning to happen. Maybe people are leaving stronger reviews. Maybe you've simply learned how to anticipate what customers need before they have to ask. Those things matter because you're not just increasing activity, you're increasing capability. And I want you to think about something. Suppose your business had 20 customers last year and 20 customers this year. At first glance, you might say, we didn't grow. But what if last year those 20 customers were difficult to manage? You missed deadlines, communication was inconsistent, everything felt chaotic, customers were confused, and this year, the same volume feels manageable. Customers are happier, processes are clearer, problems get resolved faster, your margins improved. People are referring others. Your customer count may not have changed yet, but your business changed. It got stronger. Don't overlook that. Numbers matter, but numbers don't tell the entire story. Number 2, you're making better decisions faster. This is one of my favorite signs of business maturity. When you first start a business, almost everything is new. Should we charge this? Should we use this software? Should we accept this customer? Should we offer this service? Should we advertise here? Should we hire somebody? Should we take this opportunity? You can spend hours thinking about decisions because you don't have enough experience yet. Then something starts happening. You learn, you begin recognizing patterns. You've seen this customer before. You've made this mistake before. You've tried that marketing strategy before. You know which projects become nightmares. You know which questions need to be asked before saying yes. You understand your numbers better. You understand your customers better. And suddenly, decisions that used to take 3 days take 30 minutes. That's growth. Experience becomes judgment. Now, faster doesn't mean reckless. Some decisions deserve time, prayer, research, counsel, and due diligence. But mature businesses develop frameworks. They know their values, they know their customer, they know their priorities, they know what fits, they know what doesn't, and that creates clarity. Here's something you can write down. A stronger business doesn't necessarily eliminate difficult decisions. It becomes better equipped to make them. That's a major difference. Number three, the business is becoming less dependent on your memory. I want every small business owner to pay attention to this one. In the beginning, you are often the system. Where's that document? You know. When should we follow up? You remember. What's the customer's phone number? It's in your phone. How do we handle this situation? Ask you. What's the password? You know it. What happens next? You remember. That may work for a while, but eventually memory becomes a bottleneck. So, one of the clearest signs your business is getting stronger is when information begins moving out of your head and into the business. Customer information gets organized, processes get documented, tasks get assigned, follow ups get scheduled, files have a place, templates are created, automations handle repetitive work, procedures become consistent. Now the business can remember things without requiring you to remember everything. That's enormous because you're creating organizational memory. And organizational memory creates capacity. Someone else can eventually learn the process. A task can happen while you're doing something else. A customer doesn't get forgotten because you had a busy day. You can take a day off without wondering whether the entire operation is collapsing. That's strength. And it may not look impressive from the outside. Nobody is going to drive past your business and say, wow, look at those documented operating procedures. But you'll feel the difference, and your customers eventually will too. Number four, better opportunities are beginning to find you. This is an interesting stage. At first, you chase everything. You chase customers, you chase contracts, you chase partnerships, you chase attention, you chase opportunities, and then slowly something begins to change. Someone says, a friend told me about your company. Someone sends you a referral. Another business wants to collaborate. A former customer comes back. Someone invites you to submit a proposal. A person you haven't spoken with in months remembers what you do and sends someone your way. Now, opportunity is beginning to travel through your reputation and relationships. That's a sign of strength because your business is developing economic gravity. People know what you do. They remember you. They trust you enough to mention you when you're not in the room. That's powerful. And this is why I've been talking so much about relationships and connectivity throughout Kingdom on Wall Street. Business doesn't happen only through advertisements. Business happens through people. Someone knows someone. Someone recommends someone. Someone sees a need and remembers your company. Someone makes an introduction. Someone says, you two need to talk. Those relationships can create customers, vendors, partnerships, employees, knowledge, contracts, and opportunities. So if you're noticing more opportunities arriving through people who already know your work, don't dismiss that. Your network may be getting stronger, your reputation may be getting stronger, your business may be getting stronger. Number five, you can handle more without everything becoming chaos. This may be the biggest one. Strength is capacity. Think about physical strength. If you used to struggle carrying 50 pounds and now you can carry 50 pounds comfortably, you've gotten stronger. Business works similarly. Maybe 5 customers used to overwhelm you. Now you can serve 15. Maybe one large project used to consume your entire company. Now you can manage several. Maybe every problem used to become an emergency. Now you have procedures. Maybe a slow paying customer used to create a financial crisis. Now you've built reserves. Maybe one employee calling out used to destroy the entire day. Now responsibilities are distributed better. Maybe customer growth used to mean longer response times. Now automation and better processes absorb some of the volume. That's capacity. And capacity matters because greater opportunity often carries greater responsibility. We talk about wanting more. more customers, more revenue, more influence, more territory. But can we carry more? That's where strength matters. And here's where I want to bring this into kingdom stewardship. Sometimes we're frustrated because something isn't growing as quickly as we'd like, but God may still be doing something in us and through the work. Again, we should be careful about claiming to know why every business season happens. If sales are down because the offer is bad, fix the offer. If marketing isn't working, improve the marketing. If customers are unhappy, address the problem. Faith should never become an excuse for refusing to deal with reality. But while you're working through those things, recognize genuine progress when it happens. Maybe you're more disciplined than you were a year ago. Maybe your systems are better. Maybe your customer experience is better. Maybe your financial management is better. Maybe you're making wiser decisions. Maybe you've developed stronger relationships. Maybe you understand your assignment more clearly. Don't overlook those things simply because the revenue hasn't caught up yet. You're building capacity. And capacity can prepare you for increase. Think about these 5 signs again. You're serving existing customers better. You're making better decisions. The business is becoming less dependent on your memory. Better opportunities are beginning to find you, and you can handle more without chaos. Those are signs of strength. And notice something. None of them require your company to be huge. A one-person business can become stronger. A business doing a few $1,000s a month can become stronger. A new company can become stronger. Strength isn't determined exclusively by size, it's determined by capability. And there's another kind of strength I want Christian entrepreneurs to think about: the strength that comes from connectivity. A business can have excellent systems and still be isolated. You may be excellent at what you do, but the people who need your business don't know you exist. You may need a service another Christian entrepreneur provides, but you don't know they exist. You may have an opportunity you could pass to another business, but you don't know who to call. That's one of the reasons we're building Ellen Tren. Ellen Tren is designed to strengthen connectivity across the Christian community and economy. We're creating a place where Christians, Christian-owned businesses, churches, professionals, and other applicable organizations can become easier to discover. And right now, I want you to join us. Registration is free. If you're a Christian business owner, you can list your business for free. If you represent a church, you can list your church for free. Go to ellen.tren.com. That's ELENTREN.com. And the direct link is in the description below. Create your profile. List your business or church. Establish your presence. And help us build the network, because stronger kingdom businesses can help create a stronger Christian economy. When businesses become easier to discover, referrals become easier. Connections become easier, collaboration becomes easier, finding resources becomes easier, creating opportunities for other people becomes easier. And that's what I want you to understand about Ellen Tren. Don't only join thinking, what can I get? Join thinking, what can I contribute? Maybe somebody needs your business. Maybe you know somebody else's business they should contact. Maybe you can make an introduction. Maybe you can create an opportunity. Maybe you can discover a company you want to support. Networks become stronger when the people inside them create value for one another. And Ellen Tren is still new. We're actively building that network right now. So this is the time to establish your presence. Again, registration is free. Business and church listings are free. Visit ellen.tren.com and you'll find the direct link in the description below. Now, before we finish, grab that pen and paper again. I want you to do something I think entrepreneurs don't do enough. Document your progress. Write down where your business was 12 months ago. Then compare it to today. Customers, decision making, systems, relationships, capacity. Don't only ask, how much more money are we making? Ask, what can we do today that we couldn't do a year ago? What problem can we solve faster? What process works better? What mistake have we stopped repeating? What relationship has developed? What responsibility can we carry now? What used to overwhelm us that feels normal today? Those answers reveal growth too. And you may discover that your business is stronger than you've been giving it credit for. Now, don't become complacent. Stronger doesn't mean finished. There's always something to improve. But there is nothing wrong with recognizing progress. In fact, I think gratitude requires us to recognize it. Remember where you started. Remember the prayers. Remember the mistakes. Remember the things you didn't know. Remember the doors God opened. Remember the people He used. Remember the lessons. Remember the provision. And when you recognize that you've become capable of carrying something that once would have overwhelmed you, don't turn that into self-glorification. Give God the glory. Then keep stewarding what He's placed in your hands. So tell me what you think. What's something your business can handle today that would have overwhelmed you a year ago? Which of these 5 signs are you beginning to see in your business right now? And what's one area where you believe your business needs to become stronger before it's ready for its next stage? Put your answers down in the comment section. And I especially want you to share some wins on this one. Not bragging, not pretending everything is perfect, just acknowledging progress. Somebody in that comment section may be in the stage you were in 12 months ago. Your story may encourage them to keep building. Sometimes growth is obvious, sometimes it's happening underneath the surface. Don't only measure how big the business has become, pay attention to how much stronger it has become. Keep building, keep serving, keep learning, keep stewarding, and give God the glory for every bit of increase He chooses to bring. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.